What's up, guys? Welcome to another monthly report of grief. So right off the bat, y'all already know October was a terrible month. There wasn't even like some kind of notable saving grace, really. Like, at least for the other months, there were negatives and positives. This one was pretty much just all bad. Sorry to start it off on such a low note, but I'm not even sure what I'm going to include in this video, to be honest. Anyway, in October, I reached 200,000 attempts, which is fucking insane. And I streamed 27 times, which is a new record for me. Almost every day of the month. But yeah, for one reason or another, my consistency was stunted this month, despite streaming almost every single day, which was pretty frustrating. My goal for the month was to get to Grenade of Tacos, and I'm sure from this intro you can already guess how that went. For the beginning of the month, I actually had mostly middays. Nothing too bad. Like, I got to the drop around 5 times on average, like usual. And Mercury attempts were quite frequent. However, I started to throw a lot at the last Mercury wave, which was really annoying because I kept on fluking the choke point click at 51 just to die at the easy wave, which kind of became a mind block. On stream 102, I did 25 to 81, making that my new best run from the drop, nearly passing the tacos wave. On stream 103, I got back to Burgadas, but unfortunately, I got to 60% for the second time. This one definitely sucked more than the first, but I was fairly confident I can get back there in a short amount of time. The fourth stream of the month, stream 104, was the first stream of the month that I played really bad. I only got to the drop 3 times, and my best was 45. Compared to how I'd been playing prior to this, it was pretty much a disaster. Alright, I said there was no saving grace about this month, but I kinda lied. October brought a decent amount of really solid runs. By this point, I had done 65 to 100 2 more times, and on stream 105, I got 49 to 95, nearly getting my third 49 to 100. The following day, I got 56 to 100 for the second time, as well as yet another 65 to 100. So I guess this at least shows that I'm better at doing the second drop and the ending from runs, which hopefully will be helpful in these upcoming months. Also, on both the streams I mentioned, my best was 52%, which is in the last wave of Mercury. It just felt like both wasted attempts that could have gone to Burgadas or even Griefer. But yeah, I kept up my good runs and got 60 to 100 on stream 107 and 35 to 89 on stream 108. That one was pretty good. This was the earliest percentage that I'd passed the tacos wave from. Again though, nothing really to show from 0. At this point in the verification, 1 iris attempt ain't gonna cut it, and that's what I seem to be doing throughout most of mid-October. On stream 109, a box of Monster Munch from the UK was delivered after I ordered it on Amazon a little while ago, so that was pretty fun. For context, here's a clip from my Sakupin Circles video.
Monster Munch. What the fuck is a packet of Monster Munch? I just search up Monster Munch. Seems pretty vague. It's a candy. Looks like a cereal. Pickled onion. I guess, why the fuck were you eating this? Okay, that's terrifying. What is this? Jesus Christ's hand? What the fuck? Ew. They're good. What the fuck? That is for sure. Roast beef. What are these flavors? What are the other flavors? Is this just fucking roast beef and pickled onion is the 2 flavors that I'm looking at right now. And grab bag, I guess it's random selection 50-50 between pickled onion and roast beef. Flamin' hot. What is flamin' hot? Is that just the normal one? Are those the only 3 flavors? Flamin' hot, roast beef, and pickled onion. They're good. Don't fucking tell me they're good.
So yeah, I decided to actually try Monster Munch on stream, and here's how that went.
Let's try a flamin' hot first. So we got, this is what it looks like. Little bag. It's a lot of them actually, and I have another one of these whole things, by the way, so definitely got a lot to snack on. So we got flamin' hot. May contain celery mustard. Why do I need to know that? This thing, it's like a hand, I guess, dude, with a hole in it. All right, I didn't think it's expected to be this like 3D, bro. Why is it 3D, bro? Here we go. No, it's actually kind of fire. The flamin' hot is fire. It's about as good as like Doritos, probably. Let's do the roast beef next. This does not really seem appealing, but I feel like this is where it gets bad, dude. There's no way. I mean, flamin' hot is better. It doesn't even taste like roast beef at all, dude. I'm not crazy about this one, dude. But now we have the last one, pickled onion. This is what pickled onion looks like. Apparently the best one. Oh, so yeah, it does give me the salt and vinegar vibes. Alright. Bro, it's just like a worse salt and vinegar shit. I don't get the hype, dude. That's it. That's the Monster Munch franchise, bro. Are you kidding?
Anyway, moving on from that, I'd say stream 110 was the start of what October became known for, which is my god-awful triplash mind block. The reason I say that is because I got 8 drop attempts that stream, which is a lot if you don't know. And I didn't even get to Iris the whole stream, which was because I died to triplash over and over again, which is pretty reminiscent of August, if you remember that. And this was the first of a pattern of streams where I would either get a ton of drop attempts without an iris attempt, or barely any drop attempts at all to begin with. On stream 111, I only got 2 drop attempts, but to be fair, I did make it to Mercury on one of them, although it doesn't really matter because I died to the last wave again. The next stream, on stream 112, I got 6 drop attempts, but only a best of 40%. So these back-to-back streams are basically perfect examples of what I was just talking about. On stream 113, I finally died to the 51% choke point wave click in Mercury, like I should have a million years ago. But at this point, it's just annoying because I've already had a billion unnecessary Mercury deaths. And once again, I did 65 to 100. This would be my 16th total 65 to 100 run throughout the entire verification. Stream 114 looks really bad statistics-wise, but I can explain that. Earlier in the day, Nepesta had tweeted this tier list that was ranking players based on some unknown criteria. Nobody had figured out what the criteria was, so I was just pretty much distracted the entire time thinking about it. Worst part is, I didn't even end up guessing it, but I was so close. It ended up being based on the month of their most viewed video, with January to February being S tier, March to April being B tier, and so on. And here's the closest I got. Month of their first video. Yo, M, do the check on that. Month of maybe the creation of their channel or their first video or something. I think creation of their channels. I would check that first. That shit was painful. But anyway, stream 115 was a bit of a change. Firstly, I changed the angle of the camera, so now you're facing the right side of my face. I also played a lot better than the previous day. I got 56 to 100 for the third total time, and I got 49 to 100 for the third total time as well. It was pretty good doing both of these runs in the same stream, but yet again, I only got to Iris one time and died to the first click. So like, it doesn't even matter, bro. I can't. Stream 116 and 117 were kind of just Like, I got 56 to 95 and to 97, but again, only one Iris attempt. On stream 118, I finally got back to Burgadaz, but sadly, I died to some dumb shit at 58. Like, I did get my new longest run, being 17 to 80, spanning 63%. I got past Griefer from 17 for the first time, which, I don't know, made it seem like I could do it from 0 pretty soon. Well, sadly, no, of course not. This stream would be the last time I make it to Burgadaz for the rest of the month. And it started to go even more further downhill from here. Stream 119 was probably my worst stream of grief to date, like, not even trolling. Despite getting 56 to 98 and my 18th total 65 to 100 run, I got to the drop not once, not twice, but 0 times. My best the entire stream was 19%, bro. I literally could not get to the drop to save my life. I don't even remember why, bro. This was the first stream since July that I had 0 drop attempts. Honestly, didn't even think that would ever happen, but October will do it for you, I guess, bro. With my consistent lack of drop attempts, I started to even wonder if I would even get more than I did last month, which was 113. And at this point, I was at 86 with a week to go, so things were not looking good. I didn't get a confidence boost at all in the next stream either, with a whopping 1 drop attempt. That 1 drop attempt did make it to 53 though, but that wave killed me again somehow. I don't even, looking back at this, I don't even remember dying there that much. Like, I actually can't believe how many times I choked there. Like, by now I definitely would have had another griefer attempt if I hadn't wasted so many attempts dying to that Mercury wave, bro. It's not even hard. Like, I don't even know. On stream 121, I had more drop attempts, a little more, 6 to be exact, but, you know, my best was 40%, so no Iris attempts. Again, I could not get over the triple Ash mind block, and I honestly wasn't even fully aware that that was the problem at this point, so I was just pretty demotivated, because I didn't really know what to do. It just put me in an overall worse state, too. Like, the next stream was terrible, but it had nothing to do with the triple Ash mind block. I just only got to drop once. So, like, the mind block just affects everything. We're heading into the final days of the month. I was just getting absolutely nowhere. But around this point, I did start to notice what the actual problem was, so I worked to improve my consistency with triple Ash. The specific problem was the transition into the wave. I normally didn't die to the actual transition click, but like the short little break before the drop and then the sudden transition into it kind of threw me off for the entire first half of the part, and it just felt like really unnatural to play, which caused me to die a lot, and then I mind blocked it. So I figured I needed to get more comfortable like doing those clicks, which now is the perfect time to invoke the Uncle Sam strat from the Silent Club step days. If you don't know what it is, it's basically when I practice a single part for an entire session to kind of brute force consistency. But for this, I didn't do it for the whole stream. It's just a large portion. So I had my start position at 17, sometimes 21, so that I could kind of simulate what an attempt from 0 may feel like. Because despite how mind blocked I was at triple Ash, it only applied from 0, and I was actually pretty consistent at it otherwise. I basically did like a half Uncle Sam for 2 streams. Unsurprisingly, I didn't make it to the drop much these streams, but I did feel slightly better at not flopping triple Edge completely, so that's good. Another cool thing is I did 35 to 90 on stream 124, which is I think my best run from that 35. It was stream 125 that I finally hit 200,000 attempts on the last attempt of the stream. I don't think we're ever gonna see an attempt milestone like this for Grief. I think this is probably the last one. Maybe not even for Grief, probably just forever, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Stream 126 was the last stream of the month on Halloween, so I got in spirit of the holiday and it came through as the Joker. All right, bro, let's go.
That fucking sound, bro.
which I thought was gonna mess me up, but it was oddly a really good stream for the most part. First I got 49 to 99.
No. How did I die to that? How the fuck do you die to that? Bro, my finger like slipped up and I thought it was good because I did the click. I actually frame perfect that death, bro. Oh my god, and I added that too because I could never die to that. I just wanted it to be possible to die at 99 and I actually fucking died there from 49. Are you kidding?
It's okay though, because after that I did 35 to 94. Which is one of my most insane runs of the month. So I was playing a lot better that day considering I had an uncomfortable ass suit on. And it felt like there was potential to exit October with a banger stream. At some point in the stream, I thought back to when I was worried that I wouldn't get more drop attempts than last month. So I double checked with that again. At this point, I was at 105, meaning I had to get 9 more to beat my record of 113. So that's what I tried to do. I can't really take you through the entire stream, but I ended up getting 10 drop attempts with a total of 115 for the whole month. So at least I did something. One of my later drop attempts was 53%. I can't, bro, like, how many times did I get? I don't even remember getting 53 that much. And I also got 49% after that. I'm still having some problems with Triplash, so I decided to build Grief Madness to practice it. Essentially, I replaced the entire pre-drop with Stereo Madness so that I had to wait out the entire duration of the pre-drop to hopefully simulate a drop attempt more accurately. And I find it harder in Grief Madness to adjust to Triplash's gameplay, probably because you're going straight off of Stereo Madness, but hey, maybe that'll help even more. We'll see. That's about it. Looking back, it wasn't as bad as I thought, but overall, I'm definitely not happy with my progress because there was no fucking progress. I'm pretty sure I can attribute it to my Triplash mind block, and it just took forever to realize that. So that's something I'll work on for November. But now let's move on to the buffs and nerfs. When I played Amethyst for my top 1 verifier swap video, I felt like I was actually playing something potentially harder than Grief, which kind of caught me off guard and worried me a little bit. So I ended up buffing some stuff after that. At 3%, I moved down this spike so that the click was tighter because, I mean, it was pretty free before. At 8%, I replaced some of the small spikes with big spikes. I don't know exactly which ones, but I'll circle them. Not much of a difference, but like, I don't know. Why not, bro? The next change was in Triplash, and I actually think this is the first real buff that I've made since like June. I've kept it mostly the same, but at 28%, I made this saw bigger because on this click, I would kind of hug this slope like every single time, so the buff just kind of fit my click pattern and also made the gap not free. Moving on to 64%, I moved the top 2 spike structures down so that the gap in the last wave click was pretty tight because it's really satisfying and I'm pretty used to it now. At Griefer, I added a spike to the slope here just, you know, because the gap was pretty wide before and my click pattern was to go close to the saw, so spike didn't really change much for me. Next up, yes, I did buff the tacos wave again. Technically, not really. It's not really in spirit of a buff. I just noticed that some of the like spiky slope things on the last 2 clicks had no touch enabled, which deletes the hitbox, so I made sure to uncheck that option because it was not intentional. Right after the wave at 82%, I added this black orb here, so you're forced to skip it by doing 2 clicks in the top part of the ship, which is what I did. That was just my regular click pattern, but like when W Popoff played it, he did it in 1 click, and I didn't even know you could do that really, so, you know, we can't have that. I also slightly buffed the wave at 84%. Because, I mean, for one, it was really easy. I also buffed the wave at 86% by making this spike bigger and adding a small spike up here so you can't even hit the ceiling. But moving on to 90%, I moved the first spike structure up slightly. It's still pretty much the same difficulty because what happened was I buffed it more and then I wanted to revert it, but I kept it a little bit, you know what I mean? I didn't want to mess with my muscle memory that much. At 91%, still in the wave, at the end of it, I moved the top slope and spikes down diagonally a step just to make the release a little bit tighter, which I feel like it made me better at it for some reason. I have no idea why. Alright, that's it for October. Sorry nothing exciting happened, but I think I have a lot of hope for November. Hoping to actually pass Griefer this time. And yeah, the estimated time of verification now, we can probably talk about that, definitely shifted a little bit, so expect it sometime in early 2025. Alright, thanks for watching, bro. Hopefully next month is better.